Onua Keteke, any Jenkwa, Onua Keteke, Onua TV, Yasi Adwoa Hunt, and Nabrewa, you Pumaka, my day, and Juma Dino Ashisheso. Now, when you saw Onua Keteke, there are events, and Nigia Echo so our town, both in Ghana and outside the United Echo cover. Now, Juma Day says, Shiana would Yasano and Nia Jeria, behind the scenes in Suyanin Crofua Kukudama. What's not say a dream, Juma Day no hono, ya no more at train and come more effahu. Send what's not a planning ye, one event, no, one venue, Sikasemu, sponsors are when any baby beer a Boama events near FFF, no, ya no more at Nasa at train come. And say, no launch of Onua Keteke, and now Mensumanian penny for a Kukudama. Many more eba train come afa Jumedi no and I say events no tourism eka ho bibi bia e me ni gye e wo man Ghana mu ene beyond nyina ye twegu e wo Onua Keteke so medi ene na najo Annan se me twa me ho a me ba me da ma pound no na se me mpanifo akukudam no me don wadi a kyerɛw yentwe ho kwaje abafo nkrato emra. You are for Miss Hammer Makwaba Bio Ewo Onua Keteke so some child say and then Abrewa you Pumaka my digimedi ash so your lunch no fair now me one penny for kukudam and so ewo fie ha say na abrante ba kwa babeka yensa de say by event I want to me in frimu see ye penkro for ye pa adwen ye ya no baba ye ne ye pesika kra mpo dia ye event no ansa ne nkrofa baba tena ho ahwanwom tofo no ne nyina odimu akotene pa enti na me Robert Clark ewo fie ha say or no every chatter house Robert Akwaba.
Yenia.
That house in so much to say.
Patch will be a way.
VGM, me want to say.
Will be a way.
Will be a way. Enti Messiah Ewo Kobiche say about blogging na Abrante has redefined blogging in Ghana. Say about blogging see yen for social issues. Yen nyoma and as yen koyi nyoma high communities. Ampenifo betimi aba besom na etumi aboa yes ye WOHO ye pet toilet ama nkrofo te se na yen papa mahama kan ye Abrante dia fa to ne ho so no ani phone no ani sika na ne onamusa he's got a result. Enti ya wakobiche enso ewa hasia or say the summit and also ayo the ehihye so enti kobiche akwaba
enya me da se onyame wa
yes ye da se ye to ensafre o otumi ebae na ne eba Ghana oba controversy nyinara se eba fashion se eba se ababa we ebie na no eka bibi kura wo social media eno ebehwe Twitter enya asem keto a ne nyina egu na pono so a se yeyi mami efrimu a eno so ye ntumi adwumadie enti efe odo enso ewa ha sei na dress no de ababa tena ha pa des wani sister ne na ho troka sa no baka so ante ahweda efe odo nkube na odesra chire ye mi yesro omunjo fa sanke ekotobi nyenso ye de asre bi na se no etro kan wow ninya ya America na Ghana ha Ghana na wo
I take good care of myself.
Okay. Now, fashion sense no me en kakra. How do you sit and say this is how I want to go to the event? Makotungro for any.
Oh, me should I say me kotungo for any like me should me pay depending on how I feel.
Depending on how you feel. And so you're sorry I know I feel it. Me ko VGM ene. Esa me roto so.
Oh, me one any my dream.
My dream. Bantade ni nyina yenketwa. Ebinom so. Anya me hu na so de o.
Na ho hwe yi nti.
Ye hwe yi o. Yes, I am here na so ni bi no. Na onan hu say me kro ba mete akra. Efe na me hwe say me wetwa na me de asie. Vacho munya akwaba. Enti jumede na ene ahya ase no launch na ne ahya ase mpanifo nso am aduane kama enti no abochi wa akire wa ma yenam mpanifo nso am chips ye fa nyina nkekan ano na yentumi ema conversation no enye de mote ase aha say ye call into the conversation and ye ahya ase every Papa Robert Clark oh ye djuma e chatter house omo ena ya wo de VGM ehihye so na Robert jumede aye event ye hwe event aya moye event bebre aya ye twagu aya nkrofo mponhu ebi nso nya akonya kra ema VGM ma mehwe ye bisa se Onua Keteke ye aye de abai ugidi se betumi aboa mo
eno de I'll leave it in your hands because it depends on you, your own objectives, plans, and more. Because events industry is a big industry. Say, in fact, if you take MICE, meetings, incentives, conferences, exhibitions, it's a big deal. You can go and check it out. That particular industry is worth like millions and millions, not millions of dollars. And it's one of the biggest tourism attraction in the, like tourist attraction or business tourism, that's what they call it in the world. And most of the things we do, it falls in that particular space. It depends on what angle, whether you are interested in entertainment or social events, and I say you want to go into the serious aspects. I'm not too sure what your ultimate plan is, but anyhow you look at it, for as long as you throw the spotlight on the positives.
I say you see a boamo.
Good.
To say even a bar say na ya munya mo venue, munya sponsorship ni nyina pese hu na etumi boamo. Na events na mo ye no, impenifo kra betumi aba beso asene.
Good. So which means if I tell you, for example, say, oh, I'm looking for a particular venue, ABI, it's worth 100,000. We're buying. Like you give us. Some
events na impenifo hu say.
Like I'm asking about the funding aspect. Maybe I know what like maybe 10% of the money or what. No, but honestly, what I'm saying is, events is big. Into whatever it is, it's a good start.
Okay.
I'm just hoping you'll be able to cover as many areas as necessary, so that at the end of the day, information to understand the industry and how it works. However, if, for example, the focus is to be on only entertainment and so on, then that's like an area you can specialize in. Now, maybe experts in covering entertainment events, and also you who say, okay, this is the area.
Yes, serious business.
Yeah, oh, suddenly, business is business.
But behind the scenes, so can that's just a mom watch there more year, Jumano. You per se cover monso, you per se no more chinkomo. You bisa or how a monso come and son and punkro for whom. Yeah.
And you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a glad I didn't drink of a copy. Young share blogging. What changed the blogging phase so? Cecilia, they cap bloggers or Ghana. We are number one. Because and yet na 4 year na woye. And you may bet me a boy didn't pum to about or my Ghana moon a woye CCA. What I say. Now before you become events and I said you made your employer you Keteke and person say now what's now say now who said there be my main fat this angle now mention a said and penny phone so bet me a boama and pum to about or my ganemu.
That's a my main fat when I mean she'll be or should be a na more also about so new teams models Ajumedi we abana. They said yeah Mr. Clark kind I'm saying so to me I mean who say mobile cover only entertainment events and I say mobile spreading across to cover summits and conference in such a manner. Nina, that must say. Na ubi sami I feel say you can't blogging in Ghana. The community is big. Entertainment or health or agriculture or there are a lot of avenues. I was saying no. And I'm a kind of the market is huge. International who say no. I think I started off as an entertainment blogger, which I still do as part of my blogging career now. But at the end, I started another niche, another area. You say TV3, Onua, mo call crash, and mo cover stories. But about the social media now, blogger be anywhere which no say was or call crash, say be omo open swanum, or be or yare, be or heart 2023, will be in community be any baby, I say be on be job on night, and so on. And then I'm a na me them a platform no we dey because the sole purpose of media is to speak for the vulnerable and to speak for the voiceless. That is the core mandate of media. Instead of say metna cry na me dey me can me social media me film say oh and dey me hwe say obi kwa ko bibi me post no aden na me so me nto na mo na me nkom krase na me share stories and for ekom instead no na me start ama Ghana for who say there be sana obi adwen ko ho ba abranche we or you saw the media and as a platform to share the stories for the people who are deprived in these areas. Okay.
But did you think, say, entertainment space was so choked and you didn't have a spot in it? And Untina, audience, okay, my main and call the other side?
Yeah, I mean, Debbie Amekase, almost literally, Obi Obe started so a blogger, be an entertainment blogger. Obi Obe Ghana, focus up a blogger. If you list about 10 top bloggers in Ghana, 90% of them are entertainment bloggers. Into no one, I will admit that a honor a choke.
Okay.
Again, may I accept to say na minya space. Well, I mean obviously I don't know who I haven't interviewed. I've interviewed literally everybody in the entertainment space. I had a spot in it. I'm sure say no cramp on a man stepping stone na it to me catapult me and to me establish me because that was probably that side of area mommy my real self. Mommy to me a movie on. Into no I mean saying you so akonya we na mendan ko fobiase. Features Kwame, George Brayton, Amayo Debra, Zion Felix, all these people now almost start here in the Yenano, Yababe Kahan, young mean to me and can't blogging and come out me sanko for a near Takra, mean to me Munina from Zanko Poncho Munina. So I feel say the blogging community is huge. However, I would advise that let's all try and find our niche. Okay, blog is here a event, only I'm shows doso, but also they are share with him say, tackle the aspect of event. Into no a future de biabema up and coming and as emerging bloggers and say which may be but try and find a niche for yourself. Send by ya say your program be an say event and himself because sometimes to make offer obia the audience now what accumulated over the years no the audience no doesn't understand what is event. I'm a coffee panaba. They be a say obia sabi all kwako blogging party every evening party so what the kojina gospel events as you'll be all launching the album. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Yeah. Because multi-purpose, multimedia, no. Obia what I also yeah. It's because Ghana bloggers no obia and share that and specify some areas into no program any concern ebian ke be blogger we no. Na yakofo because what I say.
And this is here by entertainment na yemfrɛ.
Oh, you frame me?
You frɛ.
Yeah.
So gina mukutu.
Yes, me gina but I think say these days you know. Me have more of the corporate and the diplomats get more than
the entertainment.
I get that more.
And in the one is
corporate in school.
Corporate in school. And tell for your niska.
Oh, school. Yes, but I feel say corporate, you know, Emma come more these days. Any the diplomats corner, Obama come more.
And in crossing and so you support more.
Me support.
And say me share Onua Keteke ya dia bain. Events. Idea ye dey hwese na yi omo ye event even anyom to for sakode say owo no ani show rapaholic any ade enwoma wo kom ansana show ne create me aba no somebody omo begina wa they don't even appreciate the fact say artist name rain free suro like tell me am VGM me catch am enti montumi anya set amani pa no ansa nya free suro ama and so abroche dey to we hu no mo nam wiem ni ade omo say sika we want to go to them. And so this Onua Keteke betumi aboa ama say na won so wo pesika sika see etum omo tumi e common sem kire yen a na nkrofo even corporate people tia wo betumi ababeso asene
very good way show na modeba no because nkrofo show Onua pa into no I'm sure say nyina resource personnel say nyina betena na free artists for no bloggers na nyina be ka or how artists for no coma. I'm sure say be a better companies for biswa coma workers oh okay yenu anom no omo di dwumadi we a omo ebisa nkrofo artists in event organizers bra omo bre no matumi aba on board aba bebo omo na me futu no say hwe na mama ade na nkoya akra nko because in pempi no dey be start TV content and radio content we try to limit it to Accra Kumasi. I mean, let me say big ups to VGM. I'm going to try as much as possible. So I'm be proud to the main concept. Number call for the whole cinema. It seems more be catch the Ghana for some more by you near Keteke dia. Keteke so dia in Sifako. Keteke so dia.
Any GNT any etimusa.
It's no say make sure say mikro maguna do akwa so edro mo be ko ho. Baby am bet and am mo hwe show nkoto ano because sometimes you know identify the problem more. Well, some use a platform na multimedia identify problem no. Na yen solutions. Instead be a mama shows akase nko a. E be obi ye ne show kuto e be am fi talent wo ho but omo nimboa na mafa mo cars na mo machines na makwa cover. Ma ba ka kire yen say anampenifo say wo show course akro mo ye omo ni venue but omo tumi I then put up event annually omo ye. Se na be ya obia so ni beje I'm sure some kra na mo be ma artists sa akode ne wale ni stone boy ne Mr. Juno Kwame Eugene no hu se da bi anya kra nko a baby into one of some mo research could discover some of the places are omaniji entertainment no mo tumi afia kra akọ just ankofo no because obi wo sabi a kire a abeye din so be hu stone boy if no ko hu no abeye din enya VJ me for na abeye
Omo ansan ni ade a.
Sa ne mana. Any TV te no maka so kwa Ghana's most beautiful auditioner.
Yeah.
It is hard so be we crazy and we chira obi hu san kwafo nti no mo fo mo Keteke mo fo nrere ba bia na
Keteke ne die
hu se nkrofo o Ghana no enya akra nko an yekuma se nko an mo fo nrere ba bia.
Yeah,
I just want to add something.
Okay.
Also, as because obviously you're a media house, there's also the fourth one, which is the fourth estate, which is supposed to hold people accountable.
Sure.
With respect to the government, what they are supposed to do as per constitution, and I say maybe promises and all of those. And for me, I would recommend say in all your coverage, you should have a little bit of agenda, and by agenda, it's if you are pro development, and as I said, or can you focus on specific areas and try to put a spotlight on certain things.
Okay.
And it shouldn't just be say Obia organizing events.
Say ultra modern studio, yeah, you can see BC.
Move to me, you can engage because one of your roles is to pick up your friend is saying, like it's to ensure that the government agencies do what they are supposed to do. It's not about NPP or NDC, it's about who is in government and what they are supposed to do.
Promises on Mama as creative industry, no?
Yes, you just have to follow it, and it's got nothing to do with parties. So it's about what you're supposed to do. It's a function of the media house, and also it has to be part of it. And so we have to try and engage in that space. I think so. You don't have to be reactive. Say they be a seer, then you will go and cover it. Sometimes you need to also decide, say proactively, we want to showcase the forms of entertainment in maybe rural areas, and then that becomes your mandate. Not saying this, saying that you're bringing it out, but all I'm saying is, it would be nice for you to have a certain like a goal, an agenda. Say, okay, so this year we wanted to do this at the end of the year, and right now we've put some spotlight on ABIA programs in the villages, and right now ABIA, a particular sponsor has jumped onto it, and so because of that, the local artists in that particular space, they've gotten sponsorship, they are now performing, and then life is getting better for them, that kind of stuff. And see, we also want to see the good side of media, its impact.
Cheers to that.
At the end of the day, those are the things we're also hoping that we'll be able to have from Onua Keteke. Chill.
Keteke.
Chill.
Keteke. Chill. If you're what the what na brochire what event what bagana ugusu nemu sisi akwa de say nyum tuni e ka ho enye fiki I'm a freak super hey boy ne besi ani enti afia ye hwe events what any unyinyina e wa brochire memu wa ba man Ghana mu eno so what any bia aba besi ene. Comparing that one to this one, no. Ne when na oji this ayam penny 40 na sedwene esenye sika shem etumi ye ni ye.
I don't like to compare obviously Aboche to Ghana, but obviously entertainment no, or even everything that Aboche for in a year per se to some. Aboche they have a lot of investors, the finance utimi who say sika akọ domo yenim. The only thing, well, there's a lot of problems for me. Even last week, I was talking to my friend. Sometimes, to the artists, when they're performing, the cameramen are not even coordinated with what the artists are doing on stage. The artist will be doing something amazing, and the cameraman will be focusing on the crowd. So I feel like there's not enough rehearsals within the artists and the people who are behind behind the scenes. Yes.
Yes. Is it because almost to ye and almost at paperwork and any bibia sponsorship in any way? I don't know if you've been in the entertainment space in Aboche.
I see the outcome of what they do.
Yeah.
We do the same thing every year. Yeah, and build it up.
We don't build up.
Meaning
we don't learn from our mistakes. We don't learn.
And we're not as creative. Let's say last year we did something. The following year we should top up what we did last year. No? But it's like it's stagnant. It's the same thing. We come and see the same thing, the same performances.
So music.
Yes.
Music. From time almost started yet till now. No. What did you say? They are still there.
Well, they are not still there, but they can be better. They can be way ahead than where they are now. The same thing with VGMA. You know, I feel like, my tree is not treeing, but yeah, I'm
pushing
and my yeah audience then go for more here with your shirt show. Like we don't really bring them surprises. Like we don't really blow their minds away.
But Brochen I almost blow my mind.
Of course.
Okay.
You see yourself. They do.
They do.
When it comes to even just the performances and the stagecraft and the lights and the sound, there's always a sound problem.
Okay.
There's always, so those things are things that it shouldn't be happening.
It shouldn't be happening.
No.
Say you to me to your nyoma yi. And you think this show ya bay Onua Keteke. Ye ba be try events ye name penifon so be twetwe nkomo afa ho. Ye bisa say de na ba ye mo sound no enkrofo mo select empo event organizers ni ade ni nyina no. Ye no be hwe nkomo afa ho. Nti ugidi say show we so betumi aboa ama nyoma
Of course. Say we are sharing ideas, you know, and that's really important because the unim no mimi na the mimi unim. So it was great to share ideas, and after sharing ideas we find solutions to the problems, because a bit of problems is but if we don't find solutions, then there's no point of talking about the problem. So showway is very important. Say it to me, but near a problem, so near find a solution.
Yes. Now say ye can event ye can yanyom ye can music videos ye can be beer, because no one point you bet me select say you want the best music video near day.
Yes.
One cause I yanyom to ni what your music video.
Yes.
What started? Or first single ni.
Patch eye. My first video.
First video so. Until we say VGM and I say Satiri music and any other awards no bet me video of the year and songwriter of the year and I say artist of the year.
Oh, me family and to some award. So me idea me family to some award. If I get nominated, cool, no problem. But I don't expect for it. And you say me mejuma, and if people appreciate it, no problem. I appreciate it. And
the VGM me nominate too, no problem.
Oh, of course not. That
means
won't say because, like I said, I don't expect. But I always try and beat what I did the year before, or the song before, or the video before.
And the video we would discuss shame.
Of course.
We discuss shame.
Of course.
A quality video.
Of course.
I be who say you share a few other video now. You name say American standard.
Of course.
It's Sophia America.
Of course.
Yeah, mama pay Ghana standard. Yeah, American standard.
But even what the Ghana standard. But yeah, I say I'm a Ghana standard. I like some low standard B, and when it's not good, it's not right.
Okay.
You know, so yeah.
Okay. Kobe, yembra was subium. See a kind event na ye pesi a bloggers. Mo ya mo play events mo. Robin na ya mo play. Mo de mo blogge ade before e be ba na se mo so mo boa pushy events in microphone to me ba. Ticketing ya de na. What's your role?
That's it. So we share the introduction of blogging. First, you know, now I'm call events. Somebody invited radio for any TV for. After somebody try at dinner. No call almost studio to go and edit finally voiceover and sign an engine. But the introduction of the blogging, we in buy, you know, and the guys who are into blogging, you know, one of the powerful roles that we are playing is trying to give the people your audience no and I say omo hwe ofie no and I say obi a ontumi nya akonja mba program na se no obenya live updates.
Okay.
Because yanya de no me mitumi de bia 1 minute under 1 minute se sa akode gina stage so metumi twa no within 1 minute maybe as me logo na beto so na me editing maybe any concept me de be to abonten no na ma catch if you na me any camera into no one role is that live updates of happenings into no behwema Charterhouse three music events be a course Ghana from corporate now obia use bloggers because adwuma de any course no be say almost so many akonya amba no metumi the live update. And that thing is that bloggers provide multimedia content. Make multimedia content. We are providing pictures of the live events and videos. So when say be artists will air live pictures, live videos. It we call live on our channels. And again, another thing, so our bloggers, one of our role is to
and you are very essential, say very
behind the scenes. Who are artists, you know, or backstage, how they get prepared. Most of bloggers, you know, backstage, no cover. Because never be KBA Emba TV, so no.
Yeah.
Bloggers, day.
Mujinem.
And one of the things again, Adwoa, any artists, you know, and our stakeholders, you know, is the fact that we are keeping documentary or archives of everything that is happening.
Yeah.
And then who call me YouTuber, and I call Zion Felix YouTuber, and I'm a Debra YouTuber. Say if you are a video be or call baby, and as I call the performance be a and the camera guy into me intro or fresh Zion, so by me program we are now call be ultra we mommy. So I call the interview to me from now within the cheek. All these are documents because you buy a chroma documentation editing. Dr. Pablo Sabi, any AB Clinton, and go on for the currency, up to now. Yeah, per documentary about any archive. It's no bloggers. One role you play is to keep archives. I think be a drink, but you keep a documentary about our entertainers. It's that is also another thing. Yeah, and networking. Bloggers also help to network.
Okay.
Because events be me show be video na me post to you. Sana na the class me do abrochiro hu no, but who say you post no, they've been able to use that platform to network and to connect again because of who no event and I saying also. We are also there to share our opinion about everything.
And it's just an event near yes. So yen to me you free. We are for mudi muchi ame pa. We say event no one try me TV3A and Asonia TVA. Omuko break grandpa yes. Who say money artist no.
Your mom life update. And obuha say you do mo light and I do so bad.
Doom so bad. You fire phone now.
So doom so bad. O kobi.che Instagram. I won't say. Bibia trouble.
Let's say TV3 call offer.
Yes.
Mo de mujina so.
Yeah dear. Me kai say me ba Mark Brown show no so one day be I don't know Kofi Kenata buy no. And omo year na time so omo year no. Omo call off. But na still Kofi perform. And people were happy, excited at home. But only after time I said program no so much so. But me page no na me 20 no me call live. People were so happy. Oh wow. Oh why are there so ultra man internet blogger me copy mo ha. Ka omo hwe ofie na Onua TV call for no.
Yes, yeah, your studio home. Eniaje. Let's just say you save the day.
Yes, and our culture you promote culture and tourism.
You promote culture and tourism as well. And ye gina culture and tourism ho ni atwa ye ho akwakoja abo afonkrato aba. Eye Onua Keteke ye se de nko a. Ye ntwa ni si so a ene ye nkonko a ye twa ho akwa aba. Onua Keteke eni jenkwa ya si Keteke yaribo chia Keteke yaribo ti Keteke ni de na eduru ba bia ye betwa ni nyina gum ne san ene wa ba betwetwe enkomo se hu se wo sa ye sremo ya mo pia wo ho momfa mo nkrofo na nko se wo yire se wo girlfriend because you twa ba TV ne so now ni na ba say it is not me it is you ye twa wie na me chaw say ye wo Robert Clark or ye event organizer e wa ha na ye ko event ni mu Ankasa na Chatter House there event there woye Malaika no woye VGM ni woye Women Summit ni ade let's take VGM because I know na nkrofo dream say yen there Ghana Music Awards ye pese hu say aya se motena se na moye affinity na ye in review and I say ye ne na moye na se na motena se etoto monioma artist e beba venue event planner mo na ya mo planning ene de yenim na artist beba venue sponsors obetumi abone tofa kakra man say na motena say e ka say okay this year ye pese de we come abo ye pese artist we buy ye pese artist we perform award ne de yenim say ya mo nkrofo wo vote and as mo academy board mo san wo ye nkura ye keka hu ye free simple yenina public wom board ni wom any other people so e wom I know there any cordon chain but one kasa no adwuma ben na ya mudi.
Okay, we manage everything from beginning to end.
Okay.
Even if it's academy members who are supposed to do voting, we are in the space because first of all be responsible for ensuring you guys are information and then you're supposed to be doing the voting. The voting will not come to us, it will go to KPMG. Okay. And we will have to engage KPMG and ensure like they've started or they finished and then they give us the feedback. If the public is supposed to vote.
Voting in here.
No, I'm coming. I'm just trying to let you know, everything in the VGM is we are responsible for it.
It's your responsibility.
Yes. Even if somebody else is supposed to do it, we just ensure the person gets it done.
Okay.
So an events manager's role is from beginning to end. Want to make us say, I've given I've asked maybe Kobiche to come and cover information and as an activity into that's it. No, as our friend, are you here? What time are you getting here? Okay, don't go through this particular side. Okay, there's a side you can shoot from. Oh, the main camera is coming from here, so we'll know you can't cover from here. Like, you engage. When you finish, okay, is the stuff out? Even him that you've engaged him, you still have to ensure, say, throughout, from beginning to end, it's managed. Okay. So you have to do that for everybody. I want to know. So if there are 200 people, you are doing that for 200 people. You understand? And then you are, so that kind of stuff, it's like that. Ejumana is not easy. It's a lot of work, and you have to engage from beginning to end. So if it's international travel, maybe I'll be back from somewhere, engaging them, booking them, meeting their criteria, like in terms of.
This year, a then year. Like, how does it start?
It starts with what you want to do.
So
no. Okay, so in fact, next year is 25th anniversary.
Yes.
And see, we've already started conversations. We need money.
Okay.
So if you don't have money, you can dream all you want. There's nothing you can do. Last 2 years, yeah, 2 editions. Friday and Saturday. Friday and Saturday, right? This year we did only 1 edition.
I didn't.
Money.
Sika.
Good.
And the more than Sika.
No, it's not Nina, but it is what it is. Look, if you need to understand, say, events industry, and finally say lights, we don't even manufacture them here. Sound equipment, we don't manufacture them here. Screens, we don't manufacture them here. And to imagine, for example, if you're doing events and you finally say the people from China and as America who are able to manufacture these things. Omono, and yeah, like when you manufacture something, you already know how to use it because you created it.
Okay.
You know what it can do and what it cannot do. Different from yenga koto, and then we'll come and have people and train them in such a way that they can do certain things. So, first of all, you need the funding. You also need people who can get things done.
Okay.
When I say people who can get things done, like people who have the ability. Maybe I can say sound, let's say this. It's not because Charterhouse is doing anything wrong. It's because the sound people we are working with are not producing the kind of sound you want to hear at home.
Okay.
Well, that is one. Two.
Sound people to produce.
So you see, because again, you do the sound and then it comes.
Okay.
And live events is some way. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Live events can be like there was one of the TV stations I went to do an interview. Can't say and this and that. Even on that show, no, then there was a problem with somebody's microphone on the set, and then they came to film.
Renaissance tour going on right now. There was
I was at the London one.
She was sitting on a horse, and the horse was supposed to go up, and the horse didn't go up. So you can see she's singing, and you see the frustration in her face. So live events, things happen. It can happen, but it shouldn't happen all the time.
All the time. You know, because the night says all the time.
It's frequent.
No, it's not frequent. All the time. I get it, but it's icy, and so over and over again, you try to find a solution to it. But the reality is, you always want to engage the best. You know, so you invest in it.
You engage the best. How do you select that?
Obviously from people who have done it before, because Enfan say, how is TV3 a partner? Because we know that you can do it. How is Kobiche there? Because we know he can do it.
And to Momotinasia, Namodrian say, in conformity to me, Ayeda, and I'm select.
Because you need evidence.
Okay.
So when you're there, I wouldn't know that you haven't done it before. So we should be able to tell, say, why you say, and answer why you say. So it's that kind of thing. Into one of the things that we keep saying in the office, one of us here will mess us up.
Oh, that's what you say?
No, as in, remember, if there is anybody goofing, remember, it is one of us here. So remember to play your role to your utmost best. Why? Because if you don't do it well, the wahala will come. Everybody will keep complaining. You know, so let's. It's about understanding. Say, events and it'll be tough.
Okay.
It'll be tough. But essentially, all I'm trying to say is you need the funding.
Yeah.
You need people who can get the job done, and you obviously need the ideas.
And
you also need. You need people who are willing to do the work.
Okay.
You need facilities. There are so many facilities we don't have, because sometimes you're looking for an ultra-modern studio. And so
more facility, no?
Well, because again, National Theatre or Conference Center couldn't give us what we wanted.
Okay.
So then you needed to have something that could give us that kind of space and room to be able to do many more things. And you can go and check videos from 2018, 2017, 2016. What is happening on stage now is not what used to happen then. Like the space alone has given the opportunity to be able to do many more things. We are under-resourced, but then we also don't have a lot of things technically. And also can be. And what we do is we try to do magic with what we have. There is no way you can match. But
no, we need to match.
No, what we have.
What he said, what we have is we're able to match because they have everything. And
yeah, but in we're trying to match them. They are the standard. Standard. Yen to me match them. Because
their money is speaking for them.
Okay.
So like he said, we need the funding.
You see, you need to understand, sir, you live in an economy, and if the economy is not growing, there's certain money a certain amount of money that you won't get, you will not have. Because who is coming to put what money into your economy?
True.
From why? Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, so, look, I'd go and check how much salary people who do your job in US take good. You'd realize the fact that you are all doing the same job doesn't mean you are all paying this, getting paid in terms of the same amount of money. Why? Because the economies are different.
Okay.
You understand? So that one also plays a role. Until let's put all of these things into perspective. Nobody is saying that we should be where we are and we shouldn't aspire to go forward. Yes, let's aspire to go forward. Let's try to be better. Let's try not to repeat our mistakes. But we also want to be realistic in doing that. Because
and working within your budget.
Yeah, you have to work within your budget.
And they say if they are working within their budget, then no more than one. Because I brought you all this cash, yeah. And I could be me bar. So I brought you this cash, now I am first can shema. Nature said now, or more, you know.
And it's more physical in Shema. They are working with what they have. You know, I want to be in Kuomo because of entertainment reasons, but they're trying to do what they can with what they have.
But then we need funding.
And so how do we get the funding?
And what is your voice to the funding? So for example, the way you can sit down and talk about issues, for one particular episode, then you are talking about, okay, so who can give money? Then you go into it and use that energy to encourage. And then you encourage the the corporate Ghana, and I say government of Ghana. Say you've been putting money here, putting money there, put money in VGM. Hey, they be continue saying it because every year, when there are problems, you talk about it.
Yes,
but it's because in Kofone Soka say in Penifone in Crawford was can show what once we patches say every year we're doing the same thing. Even some Mayans can cry near Bay and run near Bay because they're not seeing any improvement. Unlike what to say what could try there now, you who say in Sutama the Hase in Crawford num every in Sutamnim. So your Macobiscana or Bocotopolitan next war. Let's just say next time there's an improvement. What I say, and say in Crawford first can share the name because more improvement. Won't be that. And I want to say,
I think the funding will obviously be one of the greatest problem. However, if some say the can say be a oma oba sikase unko school there, there be a result no the bana as no aba. You as a parent, you get worries. It's your school fees, what I say. But then again, I mean, can be bench. Oma crass and environment and na omo side to no. Omo na international school for no so na the trade exams baako. But baako environment in but I was so na catch up.
Yes.
And the environment in you. So what I'm saying is that as stakeholders, even though the funding is a big problem, let's also try. And I know, Robert, they try to improvise all the time. You need sound, any sound for sound, and let's try to go into it very well, critically, to make sure, with the little scan of the amount, it's the outcome. You be making sure, we produce, if not like the top, the piano, and I say, Nippon or the education, this kind of man, who to me, the set some standard. They be a yen ka se mo yade but let's try say
Let's try.
yes so yade no me ma me no ma miska no fi se jale kwabena woni international school for na trade seminar but mesra say kakra me dey ma no bon modern do bon modern bia na dachi bia konya scholarship
Akwakunya.
What you say?
Me drink ni money.
It's no even though say ye nyina yesu for we no ye try because if you understand
what we have.
Anya ban e na sebe e ma musika na mudi si kakra na musi o enche ho no e dom ho na arena no mo na mu se da bi bebi ekọ no
esi bibi
yes but ya kan nyina wi eji no okọ abrochira anakọ bebi a one of the sectors are omo fe ni agro e creative space but ye ba Ghana ha na ye creative space no omo kan national budget kra na
enim
baby and creative no kakra bi we do
omo first can omo beka chance omo se otra modern amaye efiti challenge betina so otra modern ni amaye
the only time we speak volume about our creative space is December
Return
ba ko be mienhwe
aban betum bi sika hyem ma che se anya kra nko an
but is it just yen conference center ne yen nyoma ne ebetumi aye yen shows ne wo because London say Tottenham Stadium and Beyonce and the concert no I was there 5 days ni pair by 5 days so every day I went there every day to go and cover it me TikTok live every day was a different person and the same person e be betwem or to me a concert no was stadium honom e ma ne ye fefefe yen to me yes han your money be
and the just working with her is 500 people that's working with Beyonce
and not American
500 people
to say Charterhouse some more person mo ye bibia mo to me free yen conference enkonko yet say wo
me ba so ka so ko stadium na you need the equipment or the standard for
but right. I think my problem with her is say you are saying it and I hear you, but I'm also trying to let you understand. Say,
you're working with
their dreams, you are dreaming. Money
comes with money.
There is nothing. Trust me, having been in this space for how long?
Yeah, exactly.
You can't say I haven't thought of it.
Okay.
You can't say we haven't looked at
it's
stuff. We haven't
seen it.
We've seen it. But where is the money to be able to do it?
And
where are the cranes? Where are the structures? Where, if you want people, if you are renting a place for Global Citizen Bahano, how many days they use in setting up? 2 weeks. How many days do you use in setting up when we are doing our events? A week and not less.
Okay.
1 week, and usually it's less. This guy set up 2 weeks.
Because they had the funding.
Yo, the kind of dollars that was on that particular project is not a joke. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, it's heavy. So you see, I get it when we do the comparisons.
Nina heaviness so. Nientwe ho kwaja boafo craft. Now they rekebab but drink good. Because I said when you abre.
I'm just trying to let you understand say.
Meti ase o dem nientwe ho kwaja boafo craft so. Nientwe ho kwaja boafo craft so. Aboafo bi na so ya sene me etumi di dwumade no. Hihye so ntim nientwe ho kwaja boafo craft so be ba. O say heavy. What I say nature say yes katam. Na dey show no. Nientwe ho ma. Keteke yaribo chio ne yalande Robert say ye hias katam to me call back to Robert na to me akach abaya ya fesika shame VGM Ghana Music Awards no anye wo sisi ye nya 3 music and so mo fesika shame nye ntumi nye yemfa nkrofo wo hu collaboration ni ade na ya wo ye ne yemfa artist ni bi so ntumi mfia brochi me I'm just waiting say me who say VGM obi efisuru hu hwem so ba besi Robert, when you sir. I know Nipana 12 years.
Don't worry. I think this year Black Sheriff came down into. You can work with that.
He came down.
His video.
Yeah, no, on stage. Yeah, when we started, he had a silhouette effect where he came down into descending from the top, got down before he came onto the stage.
But it was silhouette nature saying you run the bath.
They be Onua. But in terms of the visual they wanted, was supposed to be a silhouette.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
like artistic wise.
Yes.
Yes. So so you can work with that, and then eventually you keep exploring until we see what again comes up.
Superman.
If the concept will permit.
We have to.
As for have to know there, we all have to.
Oh, yeah. We have to. And Robert, oh, Pacha say, yes, car.
That one there, no two ways about
shows,
it.
No.
Let me explain something to you real quickly. Towards the end of last year, all my targets that I had, by the time I do end of the year, no, I swat it by half. Why? Because of the dollar.
Okay.
Now every international engagement, you have to pay 2 times just to be able to get that.
Yeah.
Now, say on a regular day, say my friend Kobe will take 5 cedis. He's changed his mind already. Because on all ban, watch out, you know. Exactly. Now multiply that by everybody else, because we are eventer. Almost everybody that you work with, the majority of the people are you pay them because they're outsiders. Now rental of equipment, and so the prices have gone up. Everything from electricity to equipment to transportation to everything.
So you're more renting your money before brocheba.
No, not necessarily. A brochure, if you want a particular effect, you have to buy something fine. But the American say everything that with the age, prices have gone up. Everything.
Okay.
So those days, if we're doing 2 days, my friend is saying host day 1, day 2. Day 1, day 2, yes. But if you are going to pay them now, they're all asking for extra money.
And it's so much.
Why we do only 1 day?
So now you do only VGME?
1 day.
Much day 2.
1 day.
Industry 1, much.
Madam, 1.
Robert, what's now? Keteke soon I'll chase a much. Yeah, beji and much.
Maybe it's part of it. You know, everything 1 day.
That's the first near the answer on my
yeah, that's what I'm telling you. It's 1 day because there's cost. There's cost for day 1. There's cost for day 2. Cameramen, crew, everybody, lighting technician, everything that you are doing. We are 2 times. Yeah, we cut it.
So when it comes to VGME and I say Ghana Music Awards, there more challenge pa any sika.
That's the biggest.
That's the biggest.
Because oh no, that's the biggest. But obviously you can get the experienced men to come from anywhere because people have got skills from across the world. We saw them come down. Who my friend is a global citizen. The kind of people who came to work, and yet it wasn't just the Ghanaians that were working. The people, the technical people with the technical expertise of mobile down.
Even Whiskey show.
A lot of them, they were here. They were working. They were even managing camera into angles. I will show now you were. These people were here, they came from that side. So when they give you their budget for how much they are supposed to be taking, then you go no it's easy. Money makes the world roll. Look, a while back, and Kamu, it was you print a friend and flexi for this backdrop. Yeah. Say look, screen Kofi Kenata. Exactly, you know, so all I'm saying, you know.
And to say about blogging is how much challenge pie in the end.
Say
events.
Yes, events.
Say by events.
Because me standard I made creative for me brand no.
Yeah.
And I'm sure so be a dream bar so. But say VJ me and I say events organizer be a event. Me kai say global citizen or kind no. Emails are minimum exchange and some accreditation no. Send your page, send us this, how many followers, what are your engagements? Yeah. Exchange of emails. Time no song na me kwa PAAA accreditation, no. Me picture boss na mama I must print papers too. Folders. Actually me say me try 30 minutes. Me try more than this. You say. Me sure say be a better diamond blogger, but yes, set standard news here. I will say in going forward, no. Mama ye who your description.
Even your fortune.
Yes. Yeah. Who could do global you do no much less okay. Who do wana ujina ha media jina ha we jina ha. But very organized. But your challenge you chroma some year eventer. Once bloggers yako chat house ako PAAA accreditation no ye ba minim say na ye problem say omo no mo nkyere say bia ye so enkrofo na I stand to be corrected ye enkrofo so no mo ka say engine ha e bi ko ne nama say bloggers need team me enye fe na ye nko mo ma ye baby na ye ngina na ye hu say okay aha ne ye twa na mo kan kyere say okay ade when if you odoba stage na so otehwe a because of reputation, if you do you see, most of the guys on the program now, events in the course now, because the world is watching. But once the name can get be an ACA, Bema, and Guasia Bachata or any VJ, and flopping at the musician, artists, and no say, we are theater, where you say, when pop, where you say. Now, baby, you know, the image now see a seller by VJ, you know, not because social media, name a trend for event, goes contrary to idea,
say to me, Tom. It's sponsor same.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day now, we person be sponsor no. Obeko online no. Na blogger be a name be any concept. It's no. This is a challenge to Robert say. Next year, bloggers na be selecting no. Mo fan council oba be gina ha. Make sure you take this. Make sure you take this. So at the end of the day no. The beautification member event no.
And so, do you agree? Say. Next year, nyame boa. No, you want 25th. Not to say na walking bloggers more, but nam obiecha. To say if you are performing what here. Now or the Adwoa. The next year, next time, but me and man accreditation.
There should be a conscious effort in putting sanity on the thing.
Okay.
Because
Robert, what's you?
Maybe so. I like Kobiche, and the only thing is that sometimes, when the submissions are coming, maybe a program to say. It needs conversation. Because the fact something can come from you, I will feel it's a smart, a good idea, but there has to be a dialogue before it can be accepted. Okay. So now, so dialogue no, and yet program so.
No, so me
no,
having
no,
the
no, don't worry. I'm not. Wait, you're not getting me. It's not here that we can have that maybe a 30-minute dialogue. Okay. Why? Because Obin Subeka said, so how come, for example, when Will Smith went to slap, your friend is saying, what's it, Chris Rock? It was covered and it's all out there and stuff like that. Why shouldn't they cover what is news? So that kind of conversation, I like the idea, but it's something that has, to make to be clear, say, oh, is this right? Is it okay? Will this pass? Will this not fly? And that kind of stuff. Before we conclude, say, this is something that we can know. Before it is something that can be accepted.
When you say the same VGM, and I mean, say VGM, and that's another event, and Yanka Science sister, Raquel, Echo, sister Antonum Bium. And see, I think so. What you're saying is very laudable, and
no, but I think the conversation.
You're not getting what I'm saying.
Yeah, but what he's saying is a
yes, because you can't just get up and say somebody who is interested in news, no.
News.
Sorry, that's what I'm saying. That it's not just. Onyokan is an example. It doesn't mean say that's the only thing. He's referring to something that is.
But a lot of the bloggers, they like to post a lot of negative things.
Negative,
when it comes
and it
to shows,
like
somebody's ad is showing and they post it, and it's like it's a lot of embarrassing
Obviously,
things
I get that.
they do. So conversations need to be had with the bloggers when this happens.
Don't
proud
to. And I make a conversation
prior to the show, not on the day of.
So on the show, no,
that's what I'm saying.
We can't have the dialogue here, but it is something I'm putting across.
Yes.
So that you can tell me, okay, Kobe, come to the office. I think this is
what you've given this. Like you've given multiple ideas on multiple stages, but then I ask myself, but why isn't he talking to me? Because
no, but if he goes into interest, you should also invite me. Because when I stakeholder, it's
friend. No, I get that, but what I'm saying is because he was like, oh, hey, I think before we came online, before we came on air, he was saying, I think, and I'm like, okay. And they say, oh, or something. Let me also say that.
Okay, then I'll come and see.
That is all I'm saying. Like, if you have ideas,
Oh, no.
That is not the issue.
No, I get you.
You agree, say it is a laudable idea.
I agree.
Because then we want to
on
see
platforms like this, you can't have that dialogue and finish.
Right. Yeah.
Because to me, right now they are waiting to cut us off. You understand what I'm saying? Until we need to be able to have these talks.
Find time. When you have the ideas, go to Robert because he's a PRO and share it with him. He will sit with him penny for NSR.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm saying. I have so many people that we talk, like so many people say this, and then we try to iron out stuff.
Because I feel that it's very embarrassing.
Very embarrassing.
Raquel issue, I mean, and you remember Raquel it's still on the internet. You describe that as news, but is this something?
And just to add,
the fact
that it is news,
let me
the
just
fact that it is news doesn't mean that everything
behind news. It takes the beauty of the event away. That's a negative, no.
Yeah, just to add quickly, for example, Tiwa Savage had an issue, but you hardly find it on the why? Because they've worked at taking it off.
Yes.
So what you are saying, I agree. But in terms of policy, and America said that's why we just need to be able to have that conversation. So I agree in principle, say the negatives should be off so that we can highlight on the positives. I agree. I'm only saying, as with him in particular.
If you are my own,
with you in particular.
Come back office. And I'm also sunshine microphone. No bed chat in a way, no. ese mutumi sanction no na nyefe ya pesca chevige me I want to see the person fly.
What you
see me flying there soon. I'll put my own money inside and do it.
I know, right? If you're my own no.
Yes, freak is
so
out. Yes.
Title near there.
It's called freak. I'm afraid of freak because it's just explaining how I am, the other side of me, the freaky side of me.
So it's all about you.
Of course. I mean, me
into all bonyum na ma one mama.
Me bomb me tremu. Say me a freak.
Who you freak? Na freak nature said.
Obi a you freak. How to explain it? Tree day.
Freaky day. Freaky. No hotel. Into hotel. When you hotel.
No, I don't think that's what freak is.
Freak has got some sexual connotation.
It's a sexual right. Well, then there's actually
Oh, you mean the other freak?
There's freak of like freak, a sexual freak, and somebody who's weird freak.
So are you weird freak
I'm sexual freak.
So that's what you're trying to tell us.
That's a song. I'm a freak. I'm a freaky with
sexual
the sheets.
freak.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a freak, a super freak. I'm a freak you in the sheets looking for me.
If you dance, one can say, me who say branch be pejao crowd. And branch me no pejao. I'm a freak. I'm a super freak. I'm a freak you in the sheets looking for me in the streets. Hey, big E, make a nigga tipsy. Hey, big E, make a nigga. Oh, how? I need you to
the control book.
Yes, I can take care. Show. And say I'm a freak. Oh, if you. Bra.
I'm adding.
And you're not someone to mention to say, I want to know being tea.
Okay.
So
you on the sheets, looking for me in the streets. Big E, make a nigga tipsy. Big E, make a nigga tip me. Big E, make a nigga tipsy. Make a nigga tip me and never ever trick me. Whistle, will your bar? Whistle, will your bar? Whistle. I met a dude named Kofi in the club. Had big palms and he always showed me love. Hey, Papa.
Robert class so nyamre ebaye kobi che nyamishira padwuma wo boama Ghana enantefia I'm a freaky medi anena na adwa Annan kada munyina ase Onua Keteke enije nko a